And to run back down the roster, they are in Zuke. The driver is Cadence Ching. Hill 1, Edward Lay. Hill 2, Abby Wong. Hill 3, Natalie Sarah Bosing. Hill 4, Nans Zong. And Hill 5, Arshol Puranik.
You don't want to create a collision, as we have 30 seconds to go into this heat. You don't want to create a collision, but because you're the trailing driver, you only have so many options, and it just, especially with the slightly damp roads, it was, you know, again, that's why
And so here we are, the final heat of all gender. Spirit looking to get an official time on the board.
And it's interesting. I'm noticing this on the camera, though. The back left wheel looks weird. I don't know what that is, but we'll see. It could just be the light.
It looks like there's just one shiny spot on it.
Yeah, and that's something, again, that could be related to the earlier spin where the wheels, you know, as they rub against the ground in something like that, like they could develop what's called a flat spot. It's not really. It's only a problem for speed. It doesn't, and maybe makes it a lumpier ride. I remember one year there was a team in practices that were rolling up basically octagons where it was like flat spot everywhere. It's a very bumpy ride. It stopped like before the shoot. It was a rough go of it. But they're coming down here as they approach the stop sign at about a minute 4. Yep, minute 4.
Similar pace as they were, maybe slightly behind earlier on. But again, that's always tricky doing 2 rolls in this quick of succession. Normally, you'll have potentially another day to do it.
And we've got, it looks like a clean. Here we go. Made it all the way to the shoot. Clean shoot.
Second time is the charm there for Zuke as they go into these back hills.
Ooh.
Got cooked a little bit by that buggy there. Again, that hill 3 pickup so difficult. You lose some momentum there, and you can see it has slowed down pretty significantly there. Challenging hill 3 push right there.
But it's one of those things, again, you know, in the benefit of being in a heat with 2 buggies is you have that other team that's there kind of pushing against you, giving you that adrenaline rush. You don't get that in the single heat. The benefit of the single buggy heat is you don't have to worry about another buggy being in your line, so you're able to take that nice shoot turn without having to worry. You can take whatever your normal line is. You don't have to deviate from that. So it's a bit of the trade-off. You don't have that adrenaline rush. Your pushers are maybe a bit tired if they pushed in the earlier heat, but you get a cleaner race where, and again, the reason you got a reroll is because you had an issue that made it not clean previously.
Yeah, there's the 4-5 transition there. Harshal Puranik going to be closing things out here for Spirit in all gender in the final roll of all gender, and then we are going to get underway with some exciting exhibitions and maybe even some bonus rolls. Stick around, you will see. And yeah, it looks like Spirit definitely on a slower pace than they were initially here in the second reroll. Going to be and a little bit of a fall right there. No hand on the push bar, so that is a DQ. Unfortunately, there looks like they're able to get up and walk off cleanly there.
Yes, and I will point out that the roads are visibly dry, mostly now. They are definitely drier than they were an hour ago when we started. They're certainly drier than they were a few hours ago when things were originally scheduled, and it would have been impossible to roll.
Mm-hmm.
And we see drops here. They do successfully pass that, so even though we'll get a push bar DQ, again, like you mentioned, you want to go through every single aspect of a race, so they're able to do that successfully there. So congrats to Spirit on that, and much more Spirit to come very shortly here as we have a exhibition celebrating their 40th anniversary